My name is Eliot Morgan, and we're going to make Canéles. The first thing we're going to do is we're going to take our eggs, whole eggs, and our egg yolks, and sugar, and we're going to cream them together. While we're doing that, I heated the milk over a medium heat and then added the butter until it melted completely. It's going to come to a boil. You don't want it to boil over, so keep an eye on it. But when it finishes, it's going to be nice and frothy, and it's going to be ready to incorporate into the egg and sugar mixture. So at this point, I'm going to turn on our mixer. Okay, I've stopped the mixer for a bit just so I can put on a guard here to control some of the splatter. That's just for initial tempering. Then I'm going to dump the rest in. So now we're going to add some flavorings. I'm going to take some rum, and vanilla extract. And at last, our flour. We're going to do this until it's fully incorporated. And now we're prepared to strain. The purpose of this is actually if there's any cooked egg, it'll actually get caught in a strainer and not end up actually in the final pastry. So it's a really important step you can't skip. And once you finish, you're going to refrigerate for 24 hours. Okay, so when you first start out, use your molds. This is a seasoned one. You can take a look at it. There's about 10 years of work here. This is how they look brand new. Okay, so in the beginning, if you actually poured your batter in, it would stick, and it would stick hard. No type of oil is actually going to do the trick. You're going to have to use beeswax if you're going to use the proper mold. So we're going to take our beeswax here, and this is a lifetime supply. You'll never need this much beeswax. And we're going to shave off some pieces. Now, this is really all you need. Take a little bit here, and I would drop in just a bit. The way it would actually look in here, you can show that if you can see it. And just drop a little bit in each one. Now, what you do after you do this is you're going to put this in an already heated oven at 400 degrees, which is your baking temperature anyway, and you're going to let this sit for about 5 minutes. 10 tops. It'll be hot enough, and when you bring it out, you'll be ready to actually coat it and then add your batter. 10 minutes later, we're taking the melted beeswax and we're just going to spread it around. Now this doesn't need much, again, because these are seasoned, but you're going to have to do this really, really liberally on brand new molds. And they're really hot, so be careful. Now, your batter, after it's rested for 24 hours, is going to have to be reincorporated. It's going to separate. Your flour is probably going to go toward the bottom. You're going to have your milk mixture, and then at the top, you're going to have your butter, and you're going to want to separate that and get that ready. And you can see that it's going to need to be mixed. So instead of using a whisk, we're going to use an immersion blender. Okay, there we go. And now I'm going to put this into our still hot molds. Now, you want to use something in your container. You want it to either have a corner or a spout so you can pour. Now I only have 6 molds here, but this is a recipe that makes 18. Okay, so we're ready to put this back in for about 80 minutes. But there's going to be a variance in timing on this because you're looking for a particular color. And you want it to be dark, and if you take it out too early, just pop it back in at that same temperature and everything's going to be good. Okay, so we've just taken them out of the oven and we have to test to see if it's the right color. Okay, so this actually needs a little bit more time in the oven, maybe about 10 minutes. It's going to vary from oven to oven. This is the thing that actually makes these so difficult is that you actually have to, that last 5 or 10 minutes, you're going to have to like check. So we can put it right back in. Okay, so we need a little bit more time in the oven, so we're going to pop them right back in. Okay, so now it's been another 10 minutes, and we should have a better color. So you're getting more here of, well, what the Canéles should look like, which is, should be nice and brown. And when you wait after, and you need to wait for an hour because you're not ready to eat yet, they'll be nice and crunchy on the outside and custardy on the inside. We have Canéles. So this is how you can do this at home. It's certainly worth the investment of time. It's going to be good, and I hope you try it.